Welcome back to Brain Bite Size. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of personality types as we explore 15 signs that you might just be an INFJ. The INFJ personality type is among the rarest and most intriguing, so stick around to see if you relate to these traits. Number 1. Unique perspective. Their unique perspective is a quality that sets them apart and makes them the rarest Myers-Briggs personality type. INFJs are often perceived as being on a different wavelength than most people around them. This isn't simply because they're introverted or have a rich inner life, although those aspects are certainly part of it. Instead, what truly sets INFJs apart is their dominant function, intuition. This allows them to notice patterns, especially in human nature, subconsciously. Imagine being able to read between the lines in conversations, recognizing underlying tensions or unvoiced sentiments that others might miss. For an INFJ, this isn't just imagination, it's reality. Their intuition acts like a finely tuned radar, picking up on subtle cues and patterns others might overlook. However, this sixth sense can be both a blessing and a curse. While it equips INFJs with a heightened understanding of people and situations, explaining this intuitive grasp to others can be challenging. It's like trying to describe a color that nobody else can see. This can lead INFJs to feel isolated or misunderstood. They might find themselves in a situation where they've picked up on something intuitively but struggle to articulate it to others. This can be frustrating for the INFJ and the people around them, leading to potential miscommunications or feelings of isolation. As an INFJ, if you have ever felt like you don't quite fit in, remember that your distinctive viewpoint is a positive trait, not a weakness. Your gift for recognizing behavioral patterns in people is valuable, even if it causes you to feel alone or misinterpreted. Number 2. Perfectionist struggles. Another intriguing trait of the INFJ personality type is their struggle with perfectionism. INFJs set exceptionally high standards, striving for perfection in everything they do. This drive is rooted in their deep-seated desire for excellence and fear of mediocrity. Perfectionism manifests in various aspects of an INFJ's life, from work to relationships and personal growth. They are meticulous planners, often spending considerable time and effort ensuring every detail is perfect. They have a keen eye for quality and are rarely satisfied with anything less. However, this pursuit of perfection can sometimes lead to procrastination. The fear of failing to meet their high standards, or worse, failing altogether, can cause them to delay tasks or decisions. This can be particularly challenging when faced with new or complex tasks requiring them to step out of their comfort zone. But as INFJs mature and gain more experience, they understand absolute perfection's limitations. They begin to realize that perfection is not always attainable, and more importantly, it's not always necessary. Over time, they learn to relinquish their need for perfection and focus on the process rather than the outcome. They recognize that while they may not achieve perfection in everything, they can achieve remarkable results. Number 3. Appreciation for elegance. If you find yourself more drawn to sophistication and beauty than most people around you, you could be an INFJ. This deep appreciation isn't just about admiring beauty from afar. INFJs tend to surround themselves with high-quality items that reflect their unique style. This is not about materialism or collecting things for the sake of it. They would rather have a few carefully chosen, beautiful items in their life than a clutter of mediocre ones. They are naturally attuned to the subtleties of their surroundings. This heightened sensitivity enables them to perceive elegance in ways others might miss. In fashion, home decor, literature, or even everyday interactions, INFJs can find beauty and sophistication in the most unexpected places. However, this characteristic is not just about physical items or aesthetics. It extends to their relationships and social interactions as well. They seek quality in their relationships, much like in their possessions. Number 4. Natural charisma. INFJs have a certain charm that effortlessly puts people at ease. They have an invisible aura that subtly radiates warmth and trustworthiness. This is different from the kind of charisma that is loud or flashy. INFJs are often described as easy to talk to, and many people open up to them, sharing their deepest thoughts and emotions. Why is this? Well, INFJs are known for their empathetic nature. They have a deep understanding of human emotions and a genuine interest in the well-being of others. This comforting and trustworthy nature invites openness and vulnerability. People can sense their sincerity and are often compelled to reciprocate it. But the charisma of an INFJ isn't just about making others feel comfortable. It's also about making them feel valued. INFJs often have a knack for recognizing the potential in others, and they're excellent at encouraging people to believe in themselves. If you're an INFJ and people have complimented you on your calming presence or how comfortable they feel around you, it's because of your natural charisma. This is a wonderful quality that makes you stand out and can have a positive effect on others. Number 5. Empathic mind readers. INFJs are highly attuned to the emotions and motivations of others. This heightened sensitivity allows them to pick up on subtle cues others might overlook. They can often sense someone's emotions or intentions before they've articulated them. This isn't psychic ability, it results from keen observation and a deep understanding of human nature. This empathic mind-reading ability extends beyond simply understanding others' emotions. It also allows INFJs to spot dishonesty. Whether it's a white lie or a profound self-deception, INFJs have a knack for recognizing when someone isn't truthful. However, it's important to clarify that while INFJs are highly empathetic and perceptive, they aren't reading minds. They can't know someone's thoughts or intentions with absolute certainty. Instead, they make educated guesses based on their observations and intuitive understanding. So if you're an INFJ, remember to use your empathic mind-reading skills wisely. They're a powerful tool for understanding and helping others, but taking care of your emotional well-being is also important. Number 6. Emotional sponges. INFJs have an uncanny ability to absorb other people's emotions, experiencing them as if they were their own. This profound empathetic ability often sets them apart from other personality types. It's as if they have an emotional radar, picking up feelings and sentiments from those around them. They can often understand what someone is going through even when they struggle to express it themselves. Their understanding and compassion can solace hurting people, making them feel seen and validated. They may feel joy or excitement more intensely around happy people. But conversely, they can also feel overwhelmed by negative emotions when they're around people who are upset or stressed. This can be emotionally draining and sometimes even lead to feelings of burnout. Furthermore, INFJs may find it challenging to differentiate between their own emotions and those they've absorbed from others. This might lead to confusion, making it difficult for them to understand their feelings. If you tend to pick up on the emotions of others, sense the emotional atmosphere in a room before anyone speaks, and occasionally feel overwhelmed by these emotions, you may be an INFJ. Number 7. Seeking deep connections. INFJs are not interested in surface-level interactions. They seek to understand and to be understood at a deeper level. Their intuitive nature, combined with their empathetic disposition, drives them to form emotional bonds that are both strong and enduring. This isn't about having a large social circle or being the life of the party. For INFJs, it's about finding those rare individuals with whom they can connect profoundly. This quest for deep connections is reflected in their approach to relationships. INFJs are willing to invest the time and effort necessary to build trust and establish an emotional bond. They are attentive and empathetic listeners, often able to understand and relate to others' experiences and feelings on a deeply personal level. This uncanny ability to tune into others helps them form strong, lasting relationships. INFJs often struggle with trust issues and might take a while to open up to others fully. But once they do, they are loyal and committed friends or partners who value and nurture their relationships. If you have a strong desire for deep and meaningful connections and can easily understand and feel the emotions of others, then you might be an INFJ. Number 8. Introverted nature. One of the defining characteristics of an INFJ is their introverted nature. This might come as a surprise, given their social skills and natural charisma. However, despite these socially adept qualities, INFJs are true introverts. What does this introverted nature look like? Well, for starters, INFJs require alone time to recharge. Unlike extroverts who gain energy from social interactions, INFJs often find these interactions draining after a while. They crave solitude, where they can reflect, dream, and recharge their mental and emotional batteries. This doesn't mean that INFJs are antisocial or detached. They value deep, meaningful relationships and can be incredibly warm and engaging. But they prefer a small circle of close, trustworthy friends over large social gatherings. Quality over quantity is a mantra that INFJs apply not only to their possessions but also to their relationships. INFJs are selective about the people they let into their lives. They seek authenticity and depth in their relationships and are drawn to people who share these values. They are not interested in superficial connections but seek friendships and relationships that offer mutual understanding, respect, and trust. If you enjoy spending a peaceful evening at home instead of a noisy party or engaging in personal talk with a close friend rather than shallow small talk with a group of people, you could be classified as an INFJ. Your introverted personality is not a negative trait but rather a positive one. Number 9. Sensitive souls. INFJs strive for peaceful coexistence with others. They are naturally attuned to the emotional atmosphere around them and can be deeply affected by conflict or tension. This can cause significant stress for INFJs, even manifesting as physical discomfort. This conflict sensitivity often stems from their innate desire to understand and help others. They are deeply empathetic beings who can easily put themselves in another's shoes. This makes them excellent mediators and peacemakers, but it can also leave them susceptible to absorbing too much negative energy from those around them. As INFJs mature, they learn to navigate this sensitivity more effectively. They begin to understand that while they can empathize with others, they also need to protect their emotional well-being. This often involves setting healthy boundaries and learning to stand up for their needs. However, the INFJ's approach to setting boundaries is typically compassionate and understanding rather than confrontational. They realize that asserting their needs doesn't mean disregarding the feelings of others. Instead, they strive to communicate their boundaries in a way that fosters mutual respect and understanding. Number 10. Future-oriented. Being future-oriented means that INFJs are primarily focused on what lies ahead. Their visions of the future drive them, and use these as a compass to navigate their present. This isn't about daydreaming or wishful thinking, it's about having clear, tangible goals and relentlessly working toward them. INFJs wield their willpower like a tool, using it to move closer to their aspirations. They are methodical and determined, often developing detailed plans to ensure they are making progress. One of their greatest strengths is their ability to visualize their future selves and create a roadmap to get there. However, this forward-thinking tendency also means that INFJs may have a critical view of the past. They are less likely to dwell on past experiences, particularly if those experiences don't serve their future goals. They may view past mistakes as lessons learned and use them as fuel to propel themselves forward rather than allowing them to become anchors holding them back. This future-oriented perspective enables INFJs to be proactive and resilient. Obstacles or setbacks do not easily deter them because they keep their eyes fixed on their long-term objectives. This motivates them to overcome challenges and persist even when things get tough. Number 11. Empathetic helpers. INFJs have a unique ability to see the good in others, often looking beyond surface-level flaws and focusing on the potential within. This optimistic view of humanity is coupled with a natural inclination toward helping those in need. INFJs are often drawn to individuals or causes that require assistance, driven by a deep-seated desire to make a difference. They are not just passive observers, they are active participants in the lives of others, offering emotional support, guidance, and, when possible, practical help. Their empathetic nature extends beyond merely understanding others' feelings. They feel responsible towards others, driven by their innate desire to alleviate suffering and foster growth. This can be incredibly rewarding for INFJs, allowing them to contribute positively to the lives of others and find purpose in their actions. However, this inclination to help can sometimes lead to challenges. INFJs may struggle to set healthy boundaries, often putting others' needs before theirs. This selflessness, while admirable, can lead to emotional exhaustion if not managed properly. Number 12. Inquisitive minds. INFJs are deep thinkers, constantly seeking to learn more and expand their understanding of the world around them. Their minds are always active, always questioning, always exploring. They crave knowledge and wisdom, not to appear intelligent, but because they genuinely enjoy learning. They find joy in discovering new concepts, unraveling complexities, and gaining insights into people and the world. This love for learning extends to all areas of life, from understanding human behavior and social issues to exploring art, culture, science, and philosophy. Their natural curiosity drives them to go beneath the surface and understand the why behind things. However, this deep thinking nature can sometimes lead to overthinking. INFJs may find themselves in a loop of thoughts, analyzing and reanalyzing situations or ideas. This can be mentally exhausting and might cause them to feel anxious or overwhelmed. One way INFJs cope with this tendency to overthink is through writing. Writing offers solace for their bustling minds. It allows them to express their thoughts, ideas, and emotions in a structured way. It helps them make sense of their inner world and provides an outlet for their creativity. Number 13. Language and creativity. INFJs tend to be gifted in language. They have an innate ability to articulate their thoughts and emotions beautifully, often expressing complex ideas and feelings with remarkable clarity. This linguistic prowess applies not only to their verbal communication but also to their written expression. Writing, for INFJs, is more than just a skill. It's a preferred mode of self-expression. It provides a safe space to pour out their innermost thoughts, feelings, and ideas. Writing allows them to channel their creativity, construct narratives, and explore different perspectives. Writing allows INFJs to express themselves more freely and authentically, whether journaling, blogging, or crafting stories. However, their creative process may sometimes be hindered by stress or external pressures, yet they find ways of reigniting their creative spark. They might seek inspiration from nature, delve into their rich inner world, or explore hidden meanings in everyday life. Their creativity isn't confined to traditional arts, it can also manifest in original, out-of-the-box thinking in their work or problem-solving. Number 14. Individual work preference. While they can collaborate effectively with others, INFJs often do their best work alone or in small groups of like-minded individuals. The reason for this lies in their deeply introspective and analytical nature. INFJs are thoughtful and reflective, often delving into the intricacies of a problem or project to understand it fully. This ability to analyze and dissect information makes them excellent problem solvers and critical thinkers. Furthermore, INFJs are known for their focus and determination. When they set their minds on a task, they can work independently for extended periods, undistracted by social interactions. They value the quiet solitude that allows them to concentrate fully on their work, reflect, and generate creative solutions. However, this doesn't mean that INFJs are hermits who shun teamwork. They can work well in teams, especially when these groups comprise individuals who share their values and work ethic. They can contribute meaningfully to discussions in such environments, providing insightful observations and innovative ideas. Interestingly, INFJs excel in science, research, and technology due to their analytical and scientific mindset. Number 15. Championing what's right. INFJs are not just bystanders but active participants, driven by a deep sense of responsibility towards others and a burning desire to make a positive impact. This drive often manifests as a commitment to protect those who cannot protect themselves and help those in need. They are guided by their strong moral compass and their belief in doing what is right, even when it's not easy or convenient. For INFJs, the quest for justice and fairness is not just a principle, it's a way of life. As a result, INFJs often find fulfillment in careers that allow them to serve others. This can take many forms, from healthcare and counseling to social work and education. They are drawn to roles where they can use empathy and insight to make a tangible difference in people's lives. In addition to their professional pursuits, many INFJs also volunteer for charities or nonprofit organizations. This provides an additional outlet for their desire to contribute positively to society and aligns perfectly with their values and passions. However, INFJs need to remember to balance their altruistic endeavors with self-care. While their drive to champion what's right is commendable, they must also ensure they care for their needs and well-being. How many of these traits do you resonate with? Are you an INFJ? Everyone is unique, and these traits are a guide to better understanding this fascinating personality type. If you enjoyed this video and found it enlightening, remember to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.